Hello, my name is Aditya Jain. Today I will be talking to you about the importance of fine arts programs in our schools. Fine arts have been a huge part of my life since I was very young. I first started getting interested in music at the age of 7 when I started learning how to play the piano. At age 10, that evolved into learning how to play the drums, which is the instrument I've stuck with since. I've now been playing drums for 7 years. I really started developing this interest in high school when I joined the marching band. Ever since then, I have become so entranced with all forms of the fine arts. I firmly believe that fine arts programs should not be cut from schools and that it is a mistake to do so. Human beings are complex individuals. Probably the most misunderstood phase of the human life is the teenage years. Kids need a good creative outlet so that they may express their emotions. Without a healthy way to express themselves, students could find themselves in emotional turmoil that could even lead to serious problems like depression. These students deprived of fine arts are also usually the ones who succeed the most in their fine arts field. According to Dave Dickinson, a school district without the arts leaves many students without an outlet for their creative capabilities and without options for expressions of their talent. These are the students who often are overlooked and are often the ones who need an outlet the most. Leaving these students without an outlet could cripple them for life and affect their performance in future tasks and jobs. Many people argue that fine arts programs should be cut from schools because they do nothing to enhance the brain or the education of children. However, studies have proven that fine arts play an instrumental role to the development of young brains. Autumn Taylor stated that it is scientifically proven that music improves work productivity, and studies have shown how expressing creativity is a major stress reliever for students. The whole right half of the human brain is responsible for creativity and arts. Why do schools want to try to stop the natural human tendency to create? Because of common myths, such as fine arts having no impact on the human mind. For example, a study by Virginia Penhoon at Concordia University shows that musical training, particularly instrumental training, produces long-lasting changes in motor abilities and brain structure. The earlier a child starts instrumental training, the stronger the connection between the right and left hemispheres of the brain. These changes last into adulthood and are proven to affect the ability to listen and communicate as an adult. Fine arts have been proven to show positive effects in children that last through adulthood. Fine arts have even been shown having similar effects to the brain as learning a foreign language. Learning a foreign language is viewed as nothing but beneficial to students, but if participating in fine arts programs have similar effects to learning a foreign language, then these programs should not be cut from school budgets. Now is a personal account of how fine arts can impact the lives of teenagers, featuring Jean Lim. What is your experience in the fine arts?
I've been in the fine arts for as long as I can remember. I started piano when I was around 6 years old, and I really seriously started when I was around 8 years old. I got a new teacher, and that's when I learned all the notes and reading music. That was my foundation. In middle school, I picked up viola because we had to pick an instrument. It really helped me strengthen my musician skills because everything was more challenging. Then, once I got into high school, that's when I really found my passion and love for music. After joining the front ensemble in the marching band, I got to play all these fun pieces all the time, and just kind of developed an emotional connection with the music I played. And that led me right into the music education program. I'm going to music education because I want to inspire young kids to do what they want and just do what they love, regardless of what society tells them.
How has fine arts impacted your life?
In middle school, strings really connected me with other people that also had interest in other music, strings specifically. It helped me meet some of my closest current friends. In high school, I also made a lot of friends, and again, I got the connection that helped me develop a passion for what I play. It also impacted my future as I'm going into music education.
Why do you think fine arts programs are important for kids?
STEM programs are great, but I think fine arts really allows kids to explore their creativity in a different way. Like with music, they can really express themselves just by seeing what kind of instruments they're interested in and the kind of music they produce through that. For art, they can express themselves through drawing or painting or sculpting. Fine arts also acts as a stress reliever for some people. Music, percussion specifically, you're just hitting all the instruments, so when something is stressing you out, you can just hit the instruments.
What lessons have you learned from the fine arts?
I've definitely learned from music that you shouldn't dwell on all the little mistakes you make because it won't really matter in the future. In the end, they're just going to stop you from progressing any further.
Do you think it's a good idea for schools to cut fine arts programs? Why or why not?
Absolutely not, because fine arts has impacted my life so much since I was young. It has helped me grow and make lifelong friends. I've only experienced benefits from the fine arts and have yet to find any negative impact.
Fine arts have an enormous impact on kids. Cutting fine arts programs have unfortunately become a widespread practice across the country. One of the biggest reasons that schools cut fine arts programs is because they claim fine arts are not as necessary as core subjects such as math or science, or as beneficial. However, as shown earlier, fine arts programs are just as essential to children as any other subject. While they may not be used as often, the long-term effects of participation on fine arts programs on the developing brain are amazing, and they really help children develop skill sets that they will use for life. Another common argument is that fine arts do nothing to improve standardized test scores. While this is similar to the last reason, it is a little different by focusing specifically on standardized test scores. However, this is just another common myth. In reality, the stress-relieving properties of fine arts allow high school students to be more focused on tests such as the SAT. Also, the long-term effects of fine arts on the development of a young brain allow for faster word processing that leads to a decrease on time spent per question. In fact, a study done by the College Board shows that students who take 4 years of arts and music classes while in high school score 91 points better on their SAT exams than students who only took half a year or less. The next argument to justify removing fine arts programs is from schools in poorer districts. This argument is that so many kids drop out of school that there aren't enough to justify keeping fine arts programs in school. This seems like a reasonable argument, however, is quickly disproven by a study done by the Center for Music Research at Florida State University. In this study, titled The Role of Fine and Performing Arts in High School Dropout Prevention, it is shown that students at risk of not successfully completing their high school educations cite their participation in the arts as a reason for staying in school. Fine arts have more of an impact on the lives of students than people might think. They really do help improve the lives of kids. The last and most compelling argument to cutting fine arts programs is that when schools receive budget cuts, it is easiest to cut from the fine arts departments. This argument makes such sense, as fine arts usually aren't the biggest moneymakers for a school. However, there isn't much of a solution to this problem besides just raising money. Sports games naturally make more money than fine arts performances. On top of that, students and parents will go to a sports game regardless of the skill level of the team. However, if the school has a bad marching band, for example, then no one will want to go to their performances. The only solution to this problem is for schools to take it upon themselves to help fundraise and establish booster programs for the fine arts departments. Beyond that, there is not much that can be done.
Fine arts are an essential part to the lives of students everywhere. Without fine arts, many kids are deprived of healthy creative outlets to help them express their emotions and relieve stress. Fine arts also play an instrumental role in the development of the human brain. Because of all these reasons, I think it is wrong for fine arts programs to be cut from schools.